Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Pop Culture Reactions. This is Poppy. I saw this article about Meghan Markle about a week ago, maybe not returning to the UK for the Invictus 10-year anniversary, and I had a little laugh. Let's have a quick read. The title reads, Major Clue, Meghan Markle won't join Prince Harry in the UK next month. So Prince Harry is scheduled to return to the UK in May, but it doesn't look like Meghan will be joining him, because if that were the case, it would already be known, says one royal insider. And we know that the royal insider is probably Meghan Markle herself. This year marks the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games, with the celebration set to take place at St. Paul Cathedral in London. Harry plans to be there, but Meghan is listed as a guest with TBC after her name. Charles Ray recently appeared on GB News saying, I believe it when I see it. When I see her step off that plane, I do not believe she'll be here. I think too much has gone on. You would have thought if she was serious about coming here, we know Harry is coming. You would have thought if she was serious about coming here, we would have known she was coming. I'm skeptical she's ever going to step foot in this country again. Mr. Ray goes over the Sussex track record and why it's unlikely Meghan will be joining Harry, saying, you just have to look at the last few years and see what the Sussexes have done with their continued criticisms of the royal family. He's referring to Harry and Meghan's multiple TV interviews and Harry's tell-all memoir disclosing private family matters. Harry is expected to attend the Invictus Games 10-year anniversary in London. It's his passion project, but at the same time he's still struggling with the lack of police security in the UK. What an absolute joke. You know what? If he actually stayed in the UK and stayed as a working royal, he would have police security all the time. And especially now that Charles is the king, Archie and Lilibet would be prince and princess in the UK and they would be entitled to security. So if that's what he wanted, then he's lost it now. To his own fault. But yeah, I tend to agree. I don't know why it says TBC. They should just go and say that she's not going to come, because of course she's not going to return to the UK. This news story was just put out by Meghan herself to get people talking about her. She isn't actually scared for her life in the UK. She just wants people talking about her, and yes, it is clearly working since I'm making this video about her, but I just want to call her out. She was never intending to return to the UK, and putting TBC next to her name is just to keep people guessing. But here are the 5 reasons that Meghan will not return to the UK. Number 5. Meghan is jealous of Kate and never wants to be around her again. Look, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, is glamorous. She's tall but not too tall. She has a slender figure and all of her proportions are even. Because of her natural physique, she will always look good in clothes. Add to that, she really does have impeccable taste and works with the best stylists and designers to ensure that she always looks on point. And it is easy to see why Meghan would feel inadequate around her. Meghan has displayed many traits of narcissists, so feelings of inadequacy would be heightened for her because narcissists particularly hate those who are more favourable. And you know what? Catherine is more popular and more well-loved than Meghan Markle. I think I actually might do a video just on that. Furthermore, they both seem to really pick on Catherine in Spare and on the Netflix series. They have publicly given her so much scrutiny, it isn't surprised that Meghan is scared to be around her. Reason number 4, she has no royal residence. Meghan and Harry were evicted from Frogmore Cottage by King Charles just over a year ago, so now they don't have a royal residence. Meghan is too attached to her title, and she wants the perks. She doesn't want to go to the UK and stay in a hotel like some common folk. Despite the fact that London boasts some of the most luxurious hotels in the world, they want the royal treatment without the work. It is unlikely that Meghan will return to the UK if she doesn't have an apartment in one of the royal estates. Number 3, Meghan wants Harry to be compelled to return back to her. I didn't know anything about narcissism before watching HG Tudor on YouTube. He taught me that narcissists like to separate their victims from their loved ones in order to trap them and make them feel like they can never leave. If this is the case, it is possible that Meghan will want Harry to go by himself and for her and the children to stay behind, so Harry feels compelled to leave the UK quickly and return to them. She doesn't want him to stay there too long in case he does receive any type of support from any family member. She won't want him to realise her game. If Meghan and the kids go with him, there'll be no reason for him to leave quickly. There is potential that he might try to see his dad or another family member and stay longer. There is potential for someone to make him realise her narcissism. Letting him go by himself means he won't stay as long and will quickly return to her. Number 2, she has sold the victim an unsaved narrative and can't waver from it. Now let's get this straight. Meghan and Harry are perfectly safe in the UK. They can hire their own private security, which will be sufficient enough. They do not need police security. Meghan and Harry are after the police protection only afforded to working royals. Meghan has spent all this time complaining about feeling unsafe in the UK. She was on Oprah, made her own Netflix series, and has been leaking information about herself by pretending to be a source close to her. In all of these instances, she's complained about the supposed lack of security and her feelings of safety. She has sold this victim narrative for so long, she will feel compelled to stick with it. Otherwise, everyone worldwide will criticize her even more as the hypocrite that she is. Meanwhile, I would like to point out that she's definitely safe in the UK as a working royal, but she may have a reason to feel unsafe now due to the hate she's received after she's repeatedly denigrated and disparaged the entire United Kingdom. And this brings me to my number 1 point. Number 1, Meghan will not return to the UK because she has a fear of being booed and the backlash that she will receive. And you know what, to be honest, Meghan deserves the backlash. She was warmly welcomed by the public. They funded her $42.8 million wedding, and thousands lined the streets for hours to catch a glimpse of the couple for a few seconds as they rode past in a horse and carriage. Millions more watched the wedding live on TV. If that is not a warm welcome, I don't know what is. Now she appears to spit on the face of all the Brits by making fun of their heritage and monarchy. She has told lie after lie. She is untrustworthy. The last time Meghan was in the UK was for the Queen's funeral, which was an inappropriate time for her to be booed. Also, it was just before the Netflix special was released. However, the time before that was for the Queen's Jubilee, where Meghan and Harry were famously booed. She received such backlash that she was visibly scared to return for the Queen's funeral. When she went on the walkabout with Harry and Catherine and William, you can see how visibly nervous she was with her shakiness and constant touching of her hair. She was clearly stressed and anxious of the negativity she could potentially receive from the public. Of course, Brits are generally a polite bunch, and they know etiquette, and is not the right time or place to boo people who are in mourning. However, since then, the Netflix special and the book have both been released, and when the couple are set to return, they will not be in mourning. The chances of public backlash is high. So anyway, those are my 5 reasons for why Meghan will never return to the UK. But I'm interested to know, what will you think? Do you think Meghan will return to the UK ever, or for this event? I would love to know your thoughts on the topic. Thanks for watching today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.